guys, welcome to another fabulous episode of the Boston Chris podcast with yours truly, Boston Chris. We are going to get into it today with the frontman and vocalist, Mr. Bronson Hetzer from the Filthy Heathens out of the Dayton, Ohio area today. I'm going to tell you a bit more about them in a moment. But if you would, help us out a little bit for free and hit that like button wherever you are watching from, whether it's Spotify, YouTube, wherever, Amazon. Hit the like button. If you'd like to see more like this, we upload lots of stuff, at least 2 episodes a week. Hit the subscribe or follow button, which is also completely free. Now, let me tell you about our guests today, and we'll get right into our candid, in-depth conversation with Bronson as soon as we can. The Filthy Heathens came together during the chaos of the pandemic, sparked by the chemistry between Bronson Hetzer, Ryan Palkick, and Captain Craig Bishop. Things got serious fast with the addition of guitarist Cody Dench and Dawson Stepp. With 5 members locked in, the band took off. From southern grit to alt-edge, classic country to hard rock, their sound defies easy classification. It's rich, raw, and rooted in something deeper than genre. This is music you can't quite label, and that's the point. Inspired by legends like Skynyrd and Waylon, with a nod to modern acts like Blackberry Smoke and the Steel Woods, their songs are raw, road-tested, and built to be felt. And we are so excited to get into an awesome episode with Mr. Bronson Hetzer of the Filthy Heathens right here, right now. Let's go!
It's time to jam. It's time to mingle. It's time to see what everyone's drinking. It's time to jam. It's time to mingle. It's time to see what everyone's drinking. Until we all lose connection.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Zach Webb. You are tuning in to the Boston Chris podcast. Y'all have a good day.
All right, hey guys, we are back again with another awesome episode of the Boston Chris podcast, and I'm super stoked to have a Filthy Heathen here on the show tonight.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, how you been tonight, Bronson?
I've been good, brother. Just blessed, fortunate. A lot of moving parts right now.
Yeah,
so,
you guys are trucking along, man, doing the tour and all over the place.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah. So this is Bronson Hetzer. He is the front man of the Filthy Heathens, which is just an incredible band. You guys are out of Ohio, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and so we're going to share a couple of live songs from them today here on the episode as well, which I'm really stoked about. And the first one we're going to chat about a little bit is called Tupelo Sun. Tell us about this song a little bit.
That's a song that I wrote with my buddy Etheridge Wilson. Our EP that come out is kind of a tribute to him. He co-wrote 5 of the 6 songs. We got a couple of ditties on there, but
Yeah.
he co-wrote 5 of the 6 songs on that record. He was a good friend of mine who passed away in 2024. One of my favorite songwriting partner of all time. Just great guy. Had a huge influence on me and my music growing up. And yeah, this song is one that we got together and co-wrote on, and just a good jam, man.
Yeah, it really is. I can't wait to chat with you about the relevance of your music too, because it's a little bit unusual in the genre that you hear songs that mean something. So I'm really excited to chat with you about why that is. And but anyway, the very first song we're going to feature tonight is Tupelo Sun by the Filthy Heathens. Y'all check it out.
Lights flash through the middle of the bar. I go sneaking out the back and I stole me a car. She saw me leave, she put a gun in my back. She said, I'm coming too, boy, I'm already packed. Lit up for a smoke and she lowered her gun. She said, point this forward toward the Tupelo Sun.
All right, so we are back once again with Bronson from the Filthy Heathens, and I'm so happy this worked out because, like, obviously I live in Texas. My name is Boston, but I live in Texas, and so you guys aren't exactly on my, on my radar, so to speak. But somehow you guys found, or Aaron found out about our show, and here you guys are. But I'm so happy this worked out because I'm a big fan now that I know who you all are, and I'm excited to show our listeners who y'all are as well. My first question, though, is an icebreaker. What are your favorite drinks right now?
Miller Lite's always been good to me. Other than that, like water, hydration drinks for the day after the Miller Lites.
That's the balance, isn't it, right? Healthy versus fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. That's always the answer. It's like, oh, man, I should really answer this as water or something that helps, but... a lot of times the answer is like, old fashions or something like that too.
Good old fashioned Miller Lite. That's
I feel you. So, did you grow up in Dayton, Ohio? Is that true?
Yeah. I grew up here and then moved to Nashville. Lived down there for about 12 years and ended up back up here on accident. I was supposed to be moving to Pensacola, Florida, and I ended up taking a job transfer to Columbus, Ohio, and got up here and fell back in love with music. It's funny, you're from Texas. Actually, Darrin Morris.
Of course. Darrin's a friend of mine.
So Darrin Morris cut a song that I'd co-wrote and took it to number one.
No kidding.
And that's kind of it was called
trying to remember the name of the
song. Hold on. It was called I co-wrote it with my friend Sandy Ramos. She wrote some Dixie Chick songs and stuff.
I'm trying to remember which of Darrin's songs went number one. Let's see here.
It
wasn't Preacher Man, was it?
No, it wasn't that. Wrap You Up in Love was the name of it.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Can't even remember the names of your...
Yep, here it is. Wrap You Up in Love, Sandy Ramos, Bronson Hetzer, and Greg Smith is the
yes,
writers.
Sir.
Okay.
So that happened like right after I ended up here, and it kind of relit the fire to do music. I'd kind of stopped doing music when I was in Nashville. It's just, hey, you always broke. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that kind of relit the fuse, and then we got this band going. And it's really, honestly, there's no beach here, but I've been fortunate to have made it back this direction because wouldn't be on this path right now had not been for that.
So what was it like kind of growing up in the Dayton, Ohio area as a youngster?
It was fine. It was probably like anywhere else. It's kind of a military town here. Yeah. There's a Air Force base here, so a lot of friends were had parents in the military and stuff. But outside of that, just playing ball with your buddies. And my grandpa, he moved up here from Tennessee to take a job with GM that was up here, and he was a big bluegrass player. And that's kind of how I got into music. As a kid, we'd go to pick bluegrass at the VFWs and FOPs and little restaurants and stuff around here. And that's how I learned how to play guitar. They just stick me up there in the corner with not plugged in or nothing.
Yeah.
They're like, just watch Mr. Richard, play what he's playing. So,
man, what a badass memory. So the genesis of your music was kind of rooted in bluegrass of all things, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's amazing, knowing what we know now, right?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's great stuff. That's why we podcast, man. Sometimes you'd never guess where the influences kind of lie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when did music kind of start taking shape more than a hobby? Was it after the whole Darrin Morris thing, or I imagine it had to be before that, right?
Yeah, I was pretty serious about it. From picking bluegrass. I mean, that was a passion of mine. Growing up was, me and Papa all go wherever and pick bluegrass. I was still playing sports and stuff though, all through school, and then after school I kind of started taking it more serious. I'd met Etheridge, and we called him Dick, by the way. His name was Dick. But his real name was Etheridge. But I met him, and he was a guy here locally that had written a bunch of songs and made trips to Nashville and all that. And, he kind of turned me on to the idea that was like a real job, like that people do this for a living.
Right.
So I started making some trips down, ended up moving down, and was here for a while, or was in Nashville for a while, but kind of found out that if you're not 21, you can't hardly get in anywhere. So then I was kind of bouncing around back and forth. I had a band going, and then I ended up moving back down to Nashville. I had a publishing deal down there with a company called 1010. And at that point, I was pretty serious about it.
Yeah.
They were letting me write with some big songwriters, and I'd met some guys that were, doing it on a large level, Grammy Award winning guys. And at that point I had the bug. So,
man, it's funny how many times that kind of blue collar work kind of infiltrates the story, right? And I'm always curious how many people, like how many incredible songwriters did we lose because they thought that this was not blue collar work, it wasn't a real job, and they just didn't pursue it because of that. Because somebody who interviews a lot of songwriters, that comes in a lot. My parents said, no, this isn't real work, you shouldn't do this, but there's always something that pushes them into it for whatever reason. So I'm always curious, like, how many great minds did we lose to factory work and mechanics and painting and all the jack of all trades kind of work. It really worries me, like, what did we miss out on as music fans?
It's funny you say that, because I think about that all the time. I say this out loud all the time, like, man, I bet the greatest guitar player we never even picked one up.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and you just never know, man, because of what's real work, quote unquote. And man, it's scary to think of that, man. Or how many people go to Nashville or wherever it is to pursue this, and just nobody gives them a chance, right? Like, there's so many of those kinds of stories too. So I understand that the band kind of became a creation or came together because of the pandemic. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, I ended up unemployed due to the pandemic. And like I said, I was supposed to be in Columbus, and then that went out the window and ended up here in Dayton. And then I'd hit up Ryan. Ryan played bass with the band that I had when I was kind of back and forth in Nashville. And so I hit him up, see what he was up to. And it just so happened that him and Craig's like rock band, it's like prog rock, was on like a break due to the pandemic. And that's what brought me up here, or ended up getting me to where I'm at. And so we just started jamming and stuff. Started buying studio time. We wanted to cut a record and all that. And it's just stuff started going well. We were feeling really good about the product we were putting down, and we latched on with Cody, and he was just going to fill in guitar for a show for us. And he come over and jammed with us, and he was like, I like this a lot, I would like to be a part of this more permanently. And so he latched on with us. And then we had Kevin, who actually just quit. He's actually moving to Texas.
Okay.
He'd been running with us for about the last 15 months, second lead guitar. And now we just picked up Dawson, our new guitar player. But it all stemmed from that kind of, everyone didn't have nothing going on because of the pandemic thing,
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of things I love about y'all's sound, man. I'm really happy to kind of pick that apart with you, if that's okay. The first thing I love is the dual guitars. That's not something typical you see, in a country/southern rock style band. So what's kind of the impetus behind that? Why the two guitars?
Well, it was something that we tried. We was running kind of as a 4-piece, and then we liked the idea. I was kind of switching back and forth from electric and acoustic, and we just found that the sound just had more ass,
Yeah.
with 2 electrics all the time. And, we're big on dynamics. And, when a chorus hits, we want it to hit hard. When it dies down, it can die down and I can still be on an acoustic. And then, some of our favorite bands had 2 electric guitars,
I mean,
Skinner.
creatively, it gives you a lot more freedom too, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And then Ryan, our bass player, he actually ended up playing second guitar for us for a while before we landed on another guy, and then he went back to bass. But Ryan, our bass player, actually laid most of the second guitar tracks on the record.
Nice.
So he's just a phenom musician like that.
And so you guys are using the actual band too in the studio, right? Like
Oh yeah,
yeah. I love that
we
too.
did analog. We did analog recording, all that.
Yeah.
Very old school.
So kind of like reel to reel then.
Yo, exactly like reel to reel on an old reel to reel console.
Doesn't surprise me. I was going to ask about that with the sound because it sounded like it was reel to reel. I love that. What's the benefits of that as a modern musician?
Man, it just gives it some extra, like Patty, the guy that we recorded with, he used to call it. It gives it like some extra butter on it.
Yeah,
it just kind of makes everything just sound good. It doesn't sound so stiff almost. I guess you would say.
Yeah,
but I can tell you what the pain in the ass of it is it is hard to punch going real. So it's like when you mess something up, it's like, all right,
do it again. Yeah, do it again. Yeah, so I'm pretty good friends with a guy named Pappy Middleton who did all the reel to reel for Bonnie Raitt, 27 years.
Wow.
And he's a friend of mine. He lives like maybe an hour and a half from me, and he's all reel to reel. He actually owns the original Abbey Road's console. It's literally in his freaking studio. So, yeah, it's pretty dope, man. So I love the reel-to-reel stuff. And, yeah, it gives it a different dynamic to the music. And you can usually tell because the polish is different in it, too, right? Like, it's got that edge. Like, I don't want to, like, call it the 70s edge, but that's kind of what it is, the 70s edge to it, right?
Yeah. Well, in, like Tupelo Sun, like that stuff at the beginning, that like, and the stuff at the end, that's all just tape trash that was on there. And it's like, man, you get these little Easter eggs,
It's
dope.
The
song ends, and it's like, wait a minute, what was that? And you hear that, it's like, man, that's cool. Because we used tape. We get a tape, it's got stuff on it. It's been like ran over to clear it out, but you still end up with like trash and stuff on there.
Of course, and that's the character of the song now, right? Like that's some dope ass shit. Yeah, I love that. So you talked about going to Nashville at one point too. Let's chat a little bit about that because I think that adds kind of a dynamic to your songwriting that's also a little bit different, and unique to you guys. Talk about your experiences in Nashville and kind of the polish that you learned for your songwriting chops while you were there.
Yeah, Nashville's cool. I liked living down there. I was down there for about 12 years.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah. But it is very much formulaic, and my songwriting style is formulaic. Based off of that. I'm always thinking about, all right, what's the hook? Is this verse? Is this telling a story that stays on topic with this chorus? And there's definitely a formula to writing songs that the lyrics, make sense together.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's something you learn down there. You get in rooms with guys that are better writers than you. Like Tia Sellers got me that deal at 1010. And I mean, she wrote like Blue on Black.
Yeah.
And she also wrote I Hope You Dance by Leanne Womack, which is like, it's so wild that those two songs come from that same person, you know what I mean? Because they're very different. But that's just how Nashville is, man. I mean, you're just down there writing songs a bunch. You're writing with different people with different influences and backgrounds, and it's a cool town, man. It really is. There's a lot of good opportunities there. Like you said, it's kind of hard to get noticed, but if you're good, you'll find your your way into a group of other good songwriters.
Yeah, and you have to leave your ego at the door for sure, right? And,
Absolutely.
You talked about formulaic. That's such a good word for it because it's not that formula, that songwriting structure is not typical for a rock band, right? I think you know what I'm talking about, but I think that's what makes you guys so freaking amazing. Like having that vulnerability in your lyrics. The sometimes as a songwriter when you have to soften, right? And I feel that on your record. Is that something you kind of picked up in Nashville as well, or is that just part of your soul?
Well, I think a part of that is just you want to write from a place of just you put yourself in the position of, all right, I'm this person in the song is how I do it.
Yeah.
And sometimes I am literally the person in the song.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's something that affected me, closely and personally that I'm writing about. But I think if you're writing in a sense that is personal to you like that, you kind of write differently. Whereas like a rock band, you're kind of writing more on emotion than you are trying to paint a picture.
Right.
And that's why you don't hear as many like country songs in like movies and stuff like that, because it's too descriptive almost. And that's something that we're trying to do with this, where, it's like, hey, we're going to throw down some heavy beats and some up-tempo stuff, but we're also going to make it tell a story, something more like turn the page almost.
Yeah.
Is kind of like what I think about with our song Outlaw. Is it's like, I'm trying to do like a modern day, like turn the page, where it's like, man, this is heavy, but this is a great story too.
Well, it's kind of like making people feel in multiple ways too, right? Like they're listening different, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because like a rock band, like if I'm going to see a really good rock band, usually I honestly don't give a shit about the lyrics, right? So, but like that rock band has to make me listen to the lyrics if they want me to hear them, right? And that's what you guys do. So, yeah, good stuff, man. I love chatting with folks like you because it's just making things different and having like a creative identity, right? That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we've done a good job with that exact thing, is having like a creative identity, because we come from so many different backgrounds. Cody, our guitar player, he grew up playing bluegrass as well. And I mean, dude can absolutely shred.
Yeah.
And, Chris or Craig and Ryan are both from a rock background. And when we first started this thing, we were trying to be like a honky tonk country band. You know, we were just getting together and jamming. We were playing Whitey Morgan songs, and it's just like, as it developed, we just never stopped, or we never started trying to fight what it was becoming. We just really let it become what it was.
Yeah,
and
let it flow.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then bringing on Dawson now, he's got a lot of like Southern rock influence, and plays a lot of slide guitar, and we're excited about what that's going to look like going forward.
Nice. Like
we'll
that
just
resonator
continue.
Sound, right?
Yeah, and it's like, well, if I know us, we just won't fight it. We'll let the sound become what the sound is.
Yeah, the song has to win always, man. That's what they teach you in Nashville, I think, right? The song always wins. You mentioned a lot of different influences across 5 members of the band and kind of different locations, things like that. So, like, if people ask you, and I'm sure they do, how would you describe yourself from a genre standpoint or a stylistic standpoint? How do you answer that question?
We typically say Southern rock just because that's an easy category to fit into.
Yeah.
But it's really not as much that. It's genre-wise, it's kind of hard to explain. But if you like Southern rock, you would like this. But we also have something for everybody, so to speak. If you're strictly a country guy, like, there's songs of ours that you will like.
Absolutely.
If you're strictly a rock guy, we have songs that you will like as well. So we typically say Southern rock because that's the easiest category to fit into.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot in there, though. A lot in there. So another thing you guys are kind of lauded for across the country with your live shows is how high energy you guys are. how do you do that with as many shows that y'all are doing? Like, I mean, because at that point in time, if you're known for that, it's impossible to mail a show in at that point. So, talk
Yeah.
about that a little bit.
We just got 5 dudes that like really enjoy playing music, and we get up there and we don't really script nothing. It's just very organic, and it's like, hey, if you're gonna be in this band, you're gonna rock out, and we do that, and we understand that we now have people paying money to come see us, and we want to make sure that they're getting the same show that the people the night before got, and so yeah, we just get up there, turn loose, and just live inside whatever song we're playing at the moment.
Is there any strategy with y'all to? You talked about making shows sound the same, but is there any strategy in y'all to make shows different too, from maybe a set list standpoint, or just in any way? That way, if somebody goes to multiple shows in a row, they're getting a different experience.
Yeah, it's kind of luck of the draw, because we pretty much make a set list every night.
Yeah,
and we'd love to be more organized with that and have like, hey, here's our 60-minute set list, here's our 45, but we just don't. We get there and we're like, all right, do we want to do this song?
It's more like reading the room, or like just reading how you're feeling that night.
And then like we did 2 nights at Bucks in Nebraska a while back, and we did different set list both nights for that, just because we're thinking, man, there's going to be people that come to both nights,
right.
And we want to, give them still some element of surprise, and so we've done it both ways. We've ran the same set list 2 nights in a row. If we're like, hey, we got one of these from last night, and we're playing the same amount of time tonight, let's do that again.
Yeah.
But not in the same venue have we ever done that. Usually we're, 3, 4, 5 hours
I'm
away.
glad that you're smart about that, because people notice that kind of shit, man. Believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy what people notice. I wanted to talk a little bit about my favorite song from y'all, and you talked about, like, if you're a country fan, you're gonna like our country songs. My favorite tune is Always at the Bar. I love that because it's a bar song, but it is a ballad, man. Like it's a ballad. I love the story.
Yeah.
So just talk about relevant lyrics, like when you're writing, like making people feel the lyrics and not just the rock style of your band.
Well, like with that one there, I remember Dick and I was writing that, and you just try to imagine yourself in a breakup, also in a spiral, and Dick used to always tell me, he'd be like, put yourself there. You're in a dive bar. Look around. What do you see? And that's how I would always try to write, especially with something like that, where you're trying to just get across like the raw emotion of the moment. It's like, all right, there's cigarette smoke here. There's hardwood floor, and that's kind of how I would start off with something like that, is kind of put myself in the situation and then just, create the story around that.
I love that. Put yourself in the room and what do you see? Look around. Great stuff, man. Great stuff. I love that so much, dude. So Etheridge or Dick sounds like a smart dude.
Yeah, man. He was the best. Like, great songwriter. One of them guys, like he always had a job here, and never really dove all the way in, moving to Nashville. So he was kind of living vicariously through me as I was, getting this stuff going. And man, he was just him and his wife, Vicky, were always so good to me coming up, helping me out, giving me advice, giving me direction.
Well done making the first EP named after him, because that's forever, right? No matter where you guys go and what you guys do as a band, that's forever, and that's pretty dope stuff. And this is a debut EP for you guys that came out in 2025, so pretty recent this year. Six songs, right? So take us into the studio as you're creating the record, so to speak. What was the experience like for y'all?
It was cool, man. It was very laid back because, like I said, we just started buying studio time without really even understanding what our sound was yet.
Yeah.
Like our excuse me, our bass player was playing guitar on it. Like we just got in there and we were able to kind of take it slow and really be methodical about what we were doing. And then, like I said, as we formed into something else, we'd have to go back and relay guitar parts because we're like, man, this is not the direction that we're heading in as a band anymore. So it's like we got to pull some of this, maybe make this a little crunchier, put a little more gain on it. Killed 1 million Miller Lights during the recording. And just, man, we had fun, dude. Like everywhere we go, we try to have fun. We're pretty laid back, pretty easygoing, get along with, most everybody. So it's like Patty at the studio, man. It's like we'd get in there. He's kind of the same way, and we'd chop the fat and kind of figure out what the goal was and what we were trying to get across, and just have a good time. Drink a little old granddad, and
the evolution of studio time is always interesting. So you guys just started your evolution period when it comes to creating, because creating a song and recording a song are two different creative processes, right? And so like learning those processes is always fun. But I love to look at like the creative evolution over time from one record to the next, because that's always really interesting to me. It shows the learning process of an artist, you know what I'm saying? And you guys are planning a full record too at some point, I heard.
Yeah, we've actually we've been writing songs for that. We've brought a couple of them to the band. We've played a couple of them out just to kind of gauge how they go over. But yeah, we are definitely planning on putting out a full length album, and the writing process on that has been fun now that we really kind of understand where we are as a band at this point and what we're trying to write. Like with a lot of these songs from this Etheridge record, these are songs that I was writing down in Nashville. Some of these are I'm sitting on a ton of songs I wrote down there that just don't even fit what we're doing, because you're down there, you're writing to try to get cuts.
Yep.
And like I remember very, very specifically sending songs to my buddy Frank. He got a bunch of big smash hits, and I would send him stuff and kind of bounce ideas off of him. And he would sometimes tell me like, man, I really like this song, but I just don't know who I could hear cutting it. And some of those songs are like what end up on the Filthy Heathens record, a song like Tupelo Sun. He's like, I don't know who I would hear cutting this. And then it's like, well, hell, maybe we cut that. So
yeah. And so you guys tour a lot. So like, are you writing between towns, or like, how is that working? When are you finding the time to write?
I mean, as a songwriter, I think you're always writing. Like if you're in the van, you're just thinking about stuff in your head. You're going over things. You come up with a hook line. You throw it in your phone. Sometimes in the hotel or in the van, whatever it is, it'll, kind of bounce ideas off each other. And then we've got a practice space here that we typically try to be at a couple of days a week. And sometimes those are, rehearsals. Other times it'll be a writing session, so we just try to fit it in as much as we can with everything else that's going on.
It's so tough because so many of y'all are working your tails off. Like we just interviewed Taylor Honeycutt the other day, and she's doing 250 shows a year, and like she's still finding time to write and being features on other people's records and stuff. It's such a incredible life that you guys lead, and it's just going to be a blast. So make sure you're enjoying it too, man. Like you don't. I'm sure you are, but like it's so easy to get caught up with it and not realize how freaking cool it is. Let's talk a little bit about the second song that we're going to feature tonight, and I really love this song too. I'm a veteran, so this means a lot to me, as I'm sure it does to you as well. This is called Cyril, so tell us the story behind this one.
So Cyril is a song buddy of mine, Cyril Rockwell. He took his own life after battling with PTSD, and I'd never really experienced anything like that before, and I just kind of started writing this song, therapeutically, and I remember I kept thinking to myself, just trying to put myself in his shoes. Like, what was he feeling? What was he thinking? And that's why I snuck that line in there about empathy, just showing empathy towards these guys, man. You don't understand what they've been through. And yeah, I started writing it just kind of therapeutically. There you go. Lost you for a second.
Okay.
And then I as I was conversation about it, I realized there was 22 veterans a day that take their own life.
Yep.
And
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea about that. And, you start finding these different programs and stuff to help people. And at some point in that, it became more of a mission for me to write a song that, would shine light on this. And when you're in Nashville and you're playing like writers rounds, you're always trying to quiet the room,
Mm-hmm.
because people will be up there playing, and a lot of times people don't care whether you're dead or alive on stage. But, if you write a really good song that makes the whole room go quiet and listen, that's like a goosebumps moment. And so that's what I was trying to do with this, is just write something that would quiet the room and really deliver a message of, if you've got any friends or family that have served, please reach out to them and ask them how they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
and ask them how they're really doing.
Yep.
Because there's really not a lot of warning signs with stuff like this.
It does help too, believe it or not. It does help just them knowing that somebody thought enough of them to spend even a couple of minutes to check up on them. It does help. And you never know what somebody else is going through, I mean, we're all Oscar winners when it comes to trauma, right?
Right.
So just keep that in mind. Take those few seconds to check in on somebody. You might do more than you think you would, but I'm more excited to show this song. It's Cyril by the Filthy Heathens. Y'all check it out.
And it's good to be back home, back to my old life. There's a part of me still longs to be with my brothers in the fight. So if you could spare your judgment, I ain't proud of all I did. No one wins and fights against a bomb strapped to a kid. Everything here feels so different. I ain't found where I fit in. And depending who you ask, they'll say I'm a hero or condemned. Guess a war can do that to you, so maybe I'm the one who's changed. From the rifle cracks, the night attacks, and the chilling sound of pain. So don't be mad at me, I tried. Drink a beer for me, don't cry. Hold your loved ones close tonight. Speak of empathy. See, all the medals don't mean half as much as what I lost in Iraq. Just 'cause I came home don't mean I made it back. Whoa, whoa, whoa. climb a ladder to the rafters of this garage I never cleaned. I take one last look around before I set me free. And I pray Jesus forgives me for a life that got off track. And knows just 'cause I came home don't mean I made it back. So don't be mad at me, I tried. Drink a beer for me, don't cry. Hold your loved ones close tonight and speak of empathy. See, all the medals don't mean half as much as what I left in Iraq. Just 'cause I came home don't mean I made it back.
All right, so we are back. We have Bronson with us from the Filthy Heathens for the first time on the show. Hopefully not the last time, because I'm a huge fan of y'all's now, and I'm so happy that this worked out. We have some fun segments that we go through every episode that we use for reels and shorts and things like that before the episode comes out. So we'll go through these real quick, and then we'll let you get on your way. Sound good?
Yeah, man.
All right, the first one is called Did You Know? So can you tell us something that your fans may not know about you?
We practice in a daycare.
Really?
Yeah.
So do you have like a daycare audience while you're practicing in the daycare?
Like we got props everywhere. No, like my buddy of mine owns this daycare, and I hit him up because I didn't know if he might have a spot or know of a spot that we could practice, and he was like, "Man, I got that daycare that's empty over there." He's like, "Y'all could use a room in it." And I was like, "Really?" And then we come over here and the room is like huge, and it's like still packed full of daycare stuff. Like there's tiny chairs everywhere. There's toys, there's board games. So we never run out of like props and goodies and stuff to use for content.
You guys need to make a music video in there now.
Yeah.
That would be awesome. All right, next one's called Mount Rushmore. What 4 bands are on your Mount Rushmore of Southern rock bands?
Skinner, the Allman Brothers, just Southern rock.
Yes.
I'd say Skinner, the Allman Brothers. Maybe, man. I'm really kind of in the mountain right now.
There you go. That's not the wrong answer.
And who else would go on the Mount Rushmore?
The fourth one is always the hardest.
This probably isn't considered Southern rock. It's more like Texas stuff, but probably ZZ Top.
Yeah, that counts.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that counts. That's a great answer, too. Good stuff. All right, next one's called What the Heck? So this is just going to be 5 rapid-fire questions. Just tell me the first thing that enters your brain as you hear the question. All right, first one is when dating someone new, what do you think is the appropriate amount of time before pooping in front of them?
As soon as you have to poop, get it out of the way.
So just invite them in. Be like, I have to poop, and we have to get this out the way so that we
you're
know.
Coming with me.
Yeah, that way you know if she's the one or not, right?
Yeah.
All right, number 2. Have you ever dropped your phone on your face while using it in bed?
All the time.
Yeah, me too. Golly. When are we going to learn, right?
I don't know, dude. Like, let's invent something for that.
Something has to be invented. All right, number 3. How long do you wait after finishing your food before you go back for seconds?
Immediately, pretty immediately, unless it's a rationed situation where it's like, all right, there's so much food, everyone has to eat. But I mean, if you're just at the smorgasbord there, I'm heading right back because I don't
Same.
want to waste any time. I don't want to let my food settle.
Yeah. I'm an
not
only
getting-
child, man. I don't share well. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
All right, number 4. Can you tell us what your most awkward moment on stage was?
Most awkward moment on stage with this band.
Any time. Yeah.
Okay, I know when I was real young, I used to rowdy ass. I wasn't even old enough to be in bars, and
I used to rowdy ass.
yeah,
That's a verb.
man, we was playing this show, and man, I was hammered drunk, and I just played Sweet Home Alabama, and we were like a cover band. I was like 19, and I started playing it again, and Dick come over and unplugged the sound system on me.
That's called getting cut off, right?
Yeah.
All right. That's great. All right. Last one. Let's see here. I had it. Now I lost it. Oh, what is the funniest thing you've ever wore?
On stage?
Anywhere.
Well, probably the funniest thing I ever wore was we was in Outer Banks, North Carolina, and we was out there on vacation, and I found these American flag like extra short, like
Booty
he
shorts?
said dumb, like yeah, like American flag shorts, and I just brung them with me, and I just broke them out and went to the beach, and we had like 20 of us in this house, like my dad and a bunch of family and everybody was out there, and I just put them on, walked out there like nonchalant, and man, everyone had so much fun with it. Everyone went and ended up buying some extra short shorts, but I was the only one that had the American flag ones.
See, you are inspiring folks.
Yeah, trailblazer.
There you go. All right, next segment's called One Artist. Who is one artist you wish the entire world knew about, other than yourself?
Guy Clark.
Nice, good stuff.
A lot of people do know about Guy Clark, but enough people don't. He's like my favorite songwriter of all time.
I agree with you, man. He's great, man. One of the best ever. What is the biggest lesson you've learned directly from music?
Just that it's okay to be told no. Like, that's something that living in Nashville will teach you quickly. You'll be told that you're bad and you're not good enough, and that doesn't mean that you're not good enough. You know, you can. I got told no so many times down there, and it just makes your skin thick. I mean, everyone thinks that their stuff is the best. You just should. Mm-hmm. And just because somebody doesn't like it does not mean that it ain't good.
Yeah, I love that answer, because as a podcaster in the music business, when somebody tells me no, that just like inspires me to ask the question in a different way.
Sure.
Okay, you can tell me no now, but that doesn't mean I'm going away. Like, telling me yes is how you make me go away.
Right.
Right. So, like, if I want to interview like Crystal Gale, I'm going to keep asking you until you say yes. Like, this is the way it is, right?
You might get blocked, but
yeah, that's right. I don't think I've gotten blocked yet, so that's a plus. All right, next one's called Moment of Gravity. As a full-time musician, can you look back and see a moment in time or an event, a person, something happened that made you want to do this life? Kind of started you on this path?
Yeah. Man, I played a show with American Aquarium.
Bo's amazing. I love them. Big time.
Yeah, man. And I was like 20 years old, maybe. And I was talking to them guys about just, getting in a van and driving all over the country. And, man, it was at that moment, it was like, man, this is the coolest shit of all time. Like, these dudes are just out here in a van with their buddies playing music.
Yep.
And we talk about that all the time in the van, where it's like, man, this is the best. Like, we're just hanging out with our friends playing music. Like, we're still very humbled by that.
I love that. Good stuff. I love that moment of gravity because the answer is so cool all the time. Next one's called Grateful. What are the 3 things that you are most grateful for?
My wife, my kids, and just being able to do this. This is just a blast. Like I said, I'm grateful for the guys that we got with us. Everybody that's working behind the scenes, making it all work. It's a small crew, but it's a mighty crew. Mountain View Talent has come on with us and really put this thing on steroids. And, I'm very grateful for just everything that's going on right now. It's been great.
Oh, it's going to get much bigger, man. I hope you're ready for that. I hope you are.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you guys are headed, man. Last one is called Who Do You Think You Are? So who is the Filthy Heathens, or who are the Filthy Heathens?
The Filthy Heathens are a fun group of dudes that you're never going to be disappointed when you come see us. We put it all on the line every night, and it's a fun evening. When it's supposed to be sad, you will know it. We will give you the body language, all of it. When it's rocking, we will give you all of that body language as well. And we will take you on a roller coaster and have a fun night with you.
Love it, man. Good stuff. We have Bronson Hetzer from the Filthy Heathens here. I want to tell you guys where you guys can follow along with everything they have going on. That way, if you are just learning about them, you should become a fan. And it's completely free to follow, by the way.
Yeah.
Completely free to like, comment, subscribe, follow, all of those things. Share as much as you can. But the filthyheathens.com is where you want to go, and it does have the word "the" at the beginning. So thefilthyheathens.com. We're going to put a link in the description below to take you directly to the webpage. If you are following or want to follow on YouTube, it is The Filthy Heathens there. TikTok is at the.filthy.heathens. Instagram is _filthy_heathens. And Facebook is Filthy Heathens. But you guys actually have a profile. You don't have an @ there yet. So I did send a tutorial video over to Darrin to kind of help you guys get an @ tag on Facebook.
Right on.
Yeah, because it's hard to tag you guys when you have a profile dot like that. It's just tough. So hopefully she can clean that up. It won't take her long, and you guys will be happy about that, believe me. It's make it a lot easier to tag y'all and all that stuff. So you guys make sure you're following along with all of that stuff, man. I'm so blessed to have you here today, Bronson. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you, brother. Good to be with you, man.
Hey, y'all. This is Max and
Heather
Stalling, and you're tuned in to the Boston Chris Show. Thanks for listening.
It's time to jam.